So here's the mugshot of Big Paulie Pelosi after he was arrested for DUI after totaling his Porsche and another vehicle. Look at him, he's so glazed, but you know it's all gonna go away. Nancy's gonna make sure of that. Yep, that was him. The famous gazillionaire, billionaire, Paul Pelosi, Big Paulie. His mugshot after he was arrested for a DUI when he slammed into a 2004 Jeep. According to reports from the CHP, the Jeep sustained heavy damage, major collision damage, at around 10:17 p.m. on May 28th. When police arrived at the scene, Pelosi was still in his vehicle, a Porsche, in the driver's seat, so it's obvious he was the driver, he was alone. When the officer on scene asked him for ID, he handed him his license and an $11.99 foundation card. And what that is the $11.99 foundation is a California Highway Patrol charity where you could be a member and it could cost anywhere from $1,000 and up to be a member and donate to charitable events. Of course, his attorney claims that was just a mistake. He grabbed it with his license, but we all know that's a lie. He was trying to bribe his way out of the accident because he knew he was plastered and he knew he was going to be in trouble. But he got arrested anyways. And the allegations were, of course, that he was drunk behind the wheel and he caused an accident, causing, again, major damage to his vehicle and the Jeep. Officers reported he had red, watery eyes, he was unsteady on his feet, with slurred speech and a strong odor of alcohol on his breath. The other driver of the car is not being identified, the driver of the Jeep, but he did respond or go to a hospital after the fact, and now he's claiming injuries. Could be fake, could be real. It's probably real. You're always hurt the next couple of days after a crash. If you've ever been in one, you know that. But he probably found out who the drunk guy was who hit him. But of course, do you honestly think that anything's going to happen to him? Seriously, it's California. It's the Wolf of Washington's husband, Nancy Pelosi. And of course, she's best buddies with old Gavin Newsom, the clown governor in California, who of course thinks he's smart enough to be president, but he's really not smart enough to do anything as far as I'm concerned. So they had their court date. And Paulie said, fuck it, I'm not going. I'm sending my lawyer. He's only charged with misdemeanors, a DUI, serious vehicle damage, and bodily injury. But he said, you know what? I'm too good to go to court. I'm sending my attorney. Let them worry about it. So his attorney, Amanda Bevins, appeared in court on his behalf to plead not guilty to the charges. And the Napa Valley prosecutor spoke after the court hearing, and this is what she had to say.
My name is Allison Haley. I'm Napa County's district attorney. This morning, Mr. Pelosi appeared what we call 977. It means that a misdemeanor DUI defendant can appear through his attorney. He was arraigned on the charges of DUI causing injury, driving with a .08 blood alcohol level or higher causing injury. His defense attorney is Amanda Bevins. On behalf of her client, she acknowledged receipt of the criminal complaint, waived formal reading and advisement, confirmed that her client is charged by his true and correct name, entered pleas of not guilty on his behalf, waived his right to a jury trial within 45 days.
Can you respond to critics who say Mr. Pelosi is getting special treatment?
I can assure you that but for press conferences and phone calls, this matter is handled like every other matter that Napa County handles. We handle approximately 550 DUIs in any given year, and this matter is being treated and being put in the order and going to court the same as any other case in Napa County.
And of course, you know that's a lie too. He is getting special treatment. His case was heard first, and cases are done in alphabetical order. So right there alone is special treatment. She's lying. She's a prosecutor in California. And again, good old Gavin is the governor. And Nancy called him and said, make sure Big Paulie's case gets heard first and make sure it goes away as best you can. You know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. But there's a better part to this whole story. Just days before the hearing, the judge that was going to hear his case was replaced with a brand new judge, and her name is Monique Langhorne. She's a rookie judge, and from reports, she's a big political ally of Gavin Newsom. Imagine that. They changed the judge at the last minute, right before Pelosi's initial court appearance. How can that be? Can it be that the other judge became ill and he just couldn't make it, so she was the only one available? These people are so dirty. Everything they touch, everything they do is filthy. And they're going to get away with it, and everybody's going to be okay with it because, of course, California is a big liberal shithole. Nancy Pelosi's been a congresswoman there from there for 172 years. Her districts have thousands of homeless, drug-addicted people on the streets. Crime is at an all-time high, and she doesn't care, but she made sure that the judge who heard Big Paulie's case was somebody connected to good old Gavin. These people are a disgrace to the human race. And of course, he remains free on his own recognizance, but that's nothing new. I've seen that a million times. But from my experience working in law enforcement and specifically in the judicial system, I've always seen if defendants didn't appear for their initial hearing, arraignment, a warrant was issued for their arrest. But I guess the laws are different in California. It could be. I'm not a lawyer. But in Rhode Island, if he didn't show up for his hearing, because he just didn't feel like going, that or he was too drunk and he couldn't go that morning because he probably drinks all day and night. But if he didn't show up for a hearing in Rhode Island, the judge would have issued a warrant for his arrest, and he would have been arrested and, of course, released. But my point is, he didn't think it was important enough to show up for his initial court appearance after he recklessly drove his car, and hit and wrecked someone else's car, probably just an average citizen, and injured them. Because Big Paul Pelosi is a billionaire. If not, he's close to it. But he's too good to show up in court. But what he's really doing is hiding from the cameras, because Nancy told him, you go to that court hearing and get on TV, there's going to be a price to pay at home. What's she going to do? Withhold sex from him? She's a fucking dinosaur. She's a scary dinosaur to boot. This woman is nothing but a criminal. She's been a criminal her whole entire congressional career. She's given him numerous tips on stock market information so he could buy and sell and make millions of dollars. So this is just another part of their dirty life. She's a disgrace. He's a disgrace. They're both alcoholics. She needs to be removed from office, and this guy needs to at the very least, pay an enormous fine. And even though it won't hurt his pocket, he still needs to pay it. But my guess is it's all going to go away, and the Napa Valley prosecutor and the new judge are just going to recommend that he pays a small fine and that he doesn't lose his license because of the DUI. Not that he can't afford a chauffeur, because I'm pretty sure he can, but he's going to walk away scot-free, And maybe he'll buy the guy a new Jeep. After all, it was a 2014. Paul Pelosi wouldn't be caught dead in a 2014 vehicle. He's too good for that. These people connected with the Biden regime are the most disgusting people on the face of this earth. And they all need to be put in their place. And this should be broadcast everywhere. This guy is a menace to society. He knew he was blasted. He's too old to handle the Porsche he was driving, but he did it anyways, and the person he hit is lucky he wasn't killed because of some drunk fool who thinks he's going to get away with everything, which he will, and that's unfortunate. So keep a lookout for this shit, because they'll report on it a little more, but you'll never see it in the liberal media. You won't see it on MSNBC. You won't see it on CNN. But it's out there. These people are dirtbags. They're criminals. And they pay their way out of trouble every time something happens to them. It's time that these dirty Democrats be removed from office, especially the Wolf of Washington. And maybe, just maybe, something will change. Albeit very little, if there is any change. And that's it. If you haven't liked this video already, please consider liking it. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified. You'll never miss an episode. Share this video with anyone and everyone, if you will, because these people deserve to be broadcast everywhere, not just when drunk Nancy is lying on the podium having press conferences in Congress. This guy's a disgrace. He's a menace to society. He's a drunk, and he needs to be put in his place. I hope everybody's healthy and safe, and if you're in California, watch out for old Paulie. He could be tooling down the road in a brand new Porsche, fresh out of the showroom, drunk off his ass. And unfortunately, you may be a victim of his maniac driving. Thanks again. Have a great night, and I'll see you soon.